नमस्कार. मीच आहे माझ्या जीवनाचा शिल्पकार या कार्यक्रमामध्ये तुम्हा सर्वांचं स्वागत आहे. आज आपल्याकडे जे स्पेशल गेस्ट आलेले आहेत ते गेल्या 8 वर्षापासून हॉस्पिटॅलिटी या क्षेत्रामध्ये ॲज अ शेफ म्हणून कार्यरत आहेत आणि ते बेकरी आणि पेस्ट्री प्रोडक्ट्सचे एक्सपर्ट्स आहेत. तर चला भेटूया आसाद खान यांना. आसाद खान यांना मराठी भाषेचा थोडा प्रॉब्लेम असल्यामुळे हा पूर्ण इंटरव्ह्यू आपण इंग्लिशमध्ये घेणार आहोत. So welcome Asad Khan, welcome to our program, and can you please explain about this field, how it is and how you come in this field?
Thank you so much for inviting me on your YouTube platform. I would be more than happy to help everyone I can. So with my experience and all the things that I have been through in this hospitality industry since like almost 8 years. So yes, I will be more than happy. Thank you so much. मला invite केल्याबद्दल तुमच्या शो मध्ये.
Okay. So tell me about the education background and how you come in this field.
Yeah. So first of all, I did my schooling from St. Xavier's in Goregaon East, and then I cleared my 12th from commerce stream, and then after that I didn't decided anything as of like what I will be doing. It was like planned like I will be doing my BCom only because I was not introduced to hospitality industry that much. So when I first visited my international trip to Saudi, so that's when I discovered hospitality industry. I saw a lot of hotels. Now, the tourism is flourishing in Middle East also. So that's where I was introduced to hospitality industry. And as in, if you see my hobby, like it's been cooking. I was interested in cooking since a very long time. I started cooking from the age of 10 or 12 years, I think. I was a foodie. But after that, when I did some research in hospitality, that is there any course which I can, polish my skills very well. So that's when I came to know that I can do hotel management as well. So I did a research about some good colleges in Mumbai, where I came to know about IHM Mumbai, that is in Dadar. That's the best hotel and tourism management school in India. It's the best. And then in Maharashtra, so I did a research about pretty much about a lot of colleges. So one of them was Rizvi College of Hotel Management, which I have graduated from. So I joined Rizvi College in 2012. So that's where my journey began. So it was my first year, and in the first year you have a lot of, in the hospitality, like in hotel management, you have a lot of subjects there. And the 4 main departments are food and beverage service. Then there is food and beverage production. Then there is front office. And then there is housekeeping. So a hotel consists of 4 major departments, and then there are some departments in those hotels. So in the first year, it was an introduction to how the hotel industry works, what all departments you will be there. They will be in the hotels if you go to work. So that's all what was covered in the first year. In the second year plays a very crucial role in your hotel management course. That is, it's a full-time graduation course. So it plays a very crucial role. So because in the second year you go to the industrial training. So that's where you get, you get to know more about the industry, because you are working actually in a hotel for 6 months. And in the first 6 months is your training, industrial training, and the last 6 months you come to the college again and you continue your study. So for the first 6 months we had the training. I was trained in ITC Maratha Hotel, that's in International Airport. So that's where I joined, and you have to work in all 4 departments to know where you have the skills you will your skills you have to show up. So that's where you come to know that which department will suit me to work. So I worked in the banquet, the food and beverage service, where it's all about taking orders and everything about that. That's how you come to know. And then the front office, the reservations department, and then there is food production. Then there is production. So I worked on all four departments, and then I came to know, like, yes. So I was working in the bakery and pastry in ITC Maratha, and then that's where I came to know, like, I have interest in this thing, so I should go ahead and do my career in baking and pastry. So in the third year, you have an option. Then after the second year is done, in the third year, you get an option to choose only one subject that you have to do specialization. So in the third year, you don't have to do all the four subjects, so it gets easier for you in the third year. So in the third year, you have to choose any one out of the four subjects. So we choose, and that's where the whole year you get trained for that. Okay, it's just not that like that. We have, subjects like principles of management, and then they, like, in this course, in this hospitality management course, they teach us, like, from everything from scratch. If you wish to set up your own business, your own food business, they will teach us everything, because we had a festival every year in University College, that's called Comida Fiesta. It's a food festival wherein students learn how to set up their own stalls. They learn how to invite collaborators, invite what do we say, sponsors from everywhere. If you sponsor, like, the advertisement part, everything is covered in that. So that's a subject, that event that we organize in our college. It's actually it gives you more experience about how do you set up your own business. So it's a subject that we have to pass in that. So it's a very good experience. It was a very good experience. So in the third year, I completed my third year with baking and pastry. And then after that, I didn't join any hotels, but which I should have joined. That's one of my experiences that I would like to share. So we have campus interviews held by our college. It's free recruitment. We don't have to pay any fees. So big hotels like Taj, Oberoi, many hotels, but these are the two hotels that a student dreams for, to just join there. And it's a program by Oberoi Hotels, OCLD. It's called Oberoi Center for Learning and Development. So that's the India's, best management trainee programs. After you graduate, you have a management trainee program. So that's a 2 years course that Oberoi pays for you, pays to you to join their program. And after you complete that management trainee program for 2 years, Oberoi offer you jobs in their own hotels only, in case if you wish to work with Oberoi, or if you go in any other hotels, you get paid very well for that, because you have a management trainee ka certificate with you.
Okay. So from career point of view, hospitality is the vast subject as per my knowledge. So
Yes.
is there,
Yes, it is.
can you just elaborate more about the scope in this industry? Means what are the other than chef, what other things they can do?
Yeah. So this was just the introduction to my career that I told you. All the 3 years of hospitality, what we were taught in the college, we were taught about the interviews and everything they polish us from the scratch. The teachers, the faculties are very good at RISB as well. And so now hospitality itself, it's a very huge field. If you see, there are hotel industry, then there is travel and tourism industry, and then there is aviations. Aviations is a very vast field. There are various sectors in hospitality industry. There is customer service, there is aviations, there is food and beverage, which I already introduced you to, and then there is housekeeping. So the housekeeping just does not remain still the hotel industry. It goes everywhere. Housekeeping is like the word itself, it suggests like, housekeeping. We have to keep everything clean and everything tidy. So if you have an office, you will need a housekeeping department to keep everything up to date, everything clean and so every, what should I say, hospitals, offices, call centers, everywhere there is a housekeeping department. You cannot work without a housekeeping department. Yeah. It's the same way I was telling about aviation. Yeah. So my friends, they joined Air India. Then there are many friends who have been working with Qatar Airways. So if anyone is interested in, doing aviation jobs, so if they do hotel management, they will, first of all, they will be graduated. You need to be a graduate in case if you want to join aviation industry. Graduation is a must. Just apart from the cabin crew job, if you want to do the ground staff, ground force management, you have to be a graduate. So that's where hotel management degree will come in place and will help you, because you will get a first preference rather than a BCom or a BA pass student, because you have hospitality management and you are well trained in that kind of customer service in hospitality for 3 years in college. So they give you a first. It money wise, if you see, aviation offers very good salaries to people, plus there are other benefits as well in aviation. So if you join as the cabin crew, during our time it was 30,000 a month that Jet Airways, Air India, they used to offer. Now I'm unaware about what about the freshers. So salary wise, cabin crews, they enjoy these perks, as well as they get to travel the world. They get to see the world. So in case who is the students or the children who are looking out to travel, you can just definitely do hotel management and join the aviation industry. As well as your parents, you and your spouse, they get free air tickets depending on the airline, whichever airline you join. Mostly everyone, they provide air tickets to parents and spouses. Plus they provide friend benefits, like to the friends also they give on a 50% discount. Like my friends who are in Qatar Airways right now, if I buy a ticket, I might get buddy passes as well to travel free to Doha and anywhere in the world where Qatar Airways flies. So that's the benefit that cabin crews enjoy. As well as they have a lot of meal passes and everything. They have those coupons that they enjoy. And the salary that I told you, if you go in an international airline like Qatar Airways, Emirates, Etihad Airways, these 3 Middle Eastern airlines, they provide the highest salaries in the industry. Like it starts from around 10,000 United Arab dirhams that you get in Emirates if you join. So it's approximately 2 lakh rupees in India. Okay. So within 3-4 months, you can cover up your course, the fees that you have spent for 3 years. So that's where it will give you a lot of money if you join the aviation industry. And if you join the hotel industry, it's not that much of the salary, but you have to give this a bit of time. If you join the baking and pastry, when I joined initially, I was working with Emirates Flight Catering in UAE. So initially my salary was not that much, but if you give this thing a time, initially it was approximately 35-40,000 Indian rupees when I joined back in 2018. And in 2019, after working for a year, I left Emirates Flight Catering for better prospects. Then I joined some other hotels as well. So yes, you get the experience, you get to know more about the food industry, how the tips and tricks and the business knowledge. You get to know about costing. Costing is very important if you're planning to do any business in this industry. So yes, I learned a lot in Emirates Flight Catering. And then after I left, I came back in India. Then it was coronavirus times, wherein in this industry was very badly impacted
Right.
because there was no tourism at all. So it was very badly impacted, this industry. So in that time also, I started my own business from home. I started selling cakes in the lockdown period, and it was flourishing. Like from one end, I lost my job. So because I don't have any job, I started my own home business. So people started liking my cakes that I used to make. So yes, I didn't stop making money in lockdown as well. So yeah, and then it started just as because I didn't have any job in lockdown. So I started my own business. If you might have visited my page on Instagram,
Yes.
that's what my business was. So I didn't plan to, start it on a very large scale, but then the customers, they liked my cake. I offered them a very different kind of, taste and everything. You just cannot provide what everyone is providing to you in the market. You have to stand out, So that's where because of experience, experience counts. It's because I was experienced and I knew that what new I can introduce in the market. That's where I I got a win-win in this sector. So still I am doing that business. I cannot leave my customers. They call me like, why are you not taking orders? I said, no, I have some other work as well. So I'm off and on because of my customers are not letting me go. So they said like, you should open a shop. So I'm like, yes, we are planning something. Please have some patience.
Okay. If the new generation wants to come in this field, then is there any small course or any activity which they can learn in school days or initial college days, so that it will be beneficial for them to be in this field?
Yes, there are now, one-day workshops that are being held, or there are when I did my hospitality after 3 years. At that time we didn't have that much of for food, for baking and pastry. There are schools now open which provides you only baking and pastry courses. So at that time it was not available. If I knew it at that time, I would have done only baking and pastry because that's what I have to do. So they train you from top to bottom in that thing, and you become a very professional. One of them, a few of them that we have baking and pastry schools in India. There is one in Bangalore, Lavon School of Baking Science, and one we have in Mumbai, School for European Pastry. So that's that they provide you exclusively. They train you in baking and pastry, as well as setting up your own business, entrepreneurship, everything. That's a 6 months course. In case if you do not wish to do a 6 months course, they have a 2 months pilot course also, wherein in 2 months you learn everything that they teach you in 6 months, but not that much because the 6 months course is a full-fledged course. They just bring it down to 2 months, wherein they teach you everything. And the short-term courses that you were talking about, they do provide 1 day, 2 day workshops as well, wherein they teach you 3 to 4 kinds of cakes and everything like that. I'm not much sure about front office and housekeeping courses that may happen, but in food industry you can learn wine appreciation. There are many wine appreciation workshops in case if you are into bartending. Many of my friends have become bartenders and they are earning very good in this field. And wine appreciation, I am not sure, but our colleges only used to organize 1 day wine appreciation workshop where you come to know about uh, the wines and the beer. I'm not much into the food beverage part of it, but yes, there are workshops. If you go online, if you search, yes, it might help you a lot. And in the second year also we have a visit, industry visit that they call. they take us to the vineyards of Sula in Nasik, and I think it's United Breweries in Pune. The grape vineyards that they have there, and they take us to the cheese factory, wherein we are, introduced to that part as well. So yeah, that's the thing that we have the courses. Can I just pause for 1 minute?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, thank you.
Asad, you have 8 years of experience in hospitality industry. So, can you must have faced many challenges also in this industry. So, can you just share some of them?
So first of all, the challenges that I have faced is the long working hours in this industry. I mean, you do get paid for the overtime you do, but you have to do, it's not an option that you cannot do overtime. If you are joining this industry, you have to be physically fit to stand on your feet for hours and hours. Like mostly I have done like 12 hours, 13 hours, sometimes 14 hours of shift. But if you have passion, it does not, it does not matters to me. 12 hours and 14 hours, they go like in a jiffy, they go away because I enjoy what I do. I enjoy making cakes. I was like, I just came to work now, and it's all over. Like, yes, that's one of the things that you have to be on your toes, on your feet for hours and hours. You have to work, but yes, as I said in the beginning, you have to give it a time. After a certain time, you will get, paid good. You go on a management level, wherein if you are in a food and beverage or a front office department, you become a front office manager, food and beverage manager, and mostly people in 7 to 8 years or 10 years, 10 years maximum, they become general managers of hotel. So that's a very nice thing, but you have to give this thing a bit of time. I would like to say to all the future generations who are coming, just give it a time. In case if you are into you like making drinks, mocktails, cocktails, if you are into bartending, yes, there are short term courses as well. You don't have to do all like 3 years of course, but if what I would suggest is this 3 years of course, it will polish you from scratch. They will teach you everything. It's not like short term courses. There are short term courses and long term courses, both have their pros and cons, but at the end of the third year you will be taught everything, like each and every aspect of hospitality. You will be working as a supervisor level as well. You might get as a supervisory level, but in every industry, I think we have to enter at a very entry level jobs that we have to do, and after working we get experience, and that experience counts, wherein we get promoted and everything like that. So that's where I would suggest like people do this course, because you will be having a degree in the end of the 3 years. You don't have to, and if you do those short term courses, and then that's where your growth stops, because you're just a 12 pass HSC passed student. So one of my friend who did HSC, and she got selected for cabin crew. So after some years, 5 6 years of experience, she was not growing in that. Like she was. It was stopping from her to become an in-flight manager, because of she didn't had a degree. She had to be graduate. So she did graduation again. So that's the pros and cons of these things, short-term courses. So once you clear your 10 plus 2, the HSC or 12 standard, what I would suggest is do a degree course, be it any. If you are into aviations or hospitality, you can definitely go ahead and take hospitality management. If you're not into it, but do something, but that gives you a graduation degree at the end of the third year. So that's what I would suggest future generations. Do not sit back or do not join a job. Just give yourself some time. Give it a time. Do the 3 years course and then look out for a job.
Okay. Asad, you have given a fabulous information and suggestion to our next generation, and definitely it will going to help them a lot. So thank you so much for coming to our program. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.